What's going on, guys? T-Mart here, and today I'm bringing you guys some Combine gameplay at night. Isn't this kind of crazy? I mean, I think this is the most popular map in Black Ops 3, except for Nuketown, of course. And the sun is nowhere to be seen. Like, this is a major twist. We are playing in the fluorescent lights that are located around the map. And I don't know, I found this kind of interesting. It's kind of dark, it's kind of mysterious, it's kind of scary. And I thought it was pretty cool, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So, obviously, this is not actually in the current public game. This is done with mod tools. We've seen tons of mod tool stuff on this channel. Everything from fully custom created maps to custom weapons like the Model 1887 and stuff like that. And now we've got people turning the lights off. So credit to this goes to Ray Z. I'm going to link his original video down in the description. But I thought it was kind of cool to just take a look at and see the differences in what happens when you change the time of day and kind of the setting of these maps. And I'm kind of wondering, like, what happened to the varying times of day and weather and stuff like that in Call of Duty. Like, I feel like we haven't had anything like this in a very long time. And granted, this is a little bit overboard. Like, I think this is a little bit too dark. It's really hard to see. Like, this would be a nightmare playing in a public lobby because people would be camping in the dark shadows and stuff like that. I think this would actually be really, really good for a Mike Myers map. I think it'd be super intense. But what happened to stuff like Macon and Macon Day? If you guys didn't play Call of Duty World at War back in the day, which by the way was the best Call of Duty by far, originally it shipped with the map Macon, which was kind of like this beachside hut town that took place at night. Like, the battle took place at night, and it wasn't full-on pitch black midnight like Combine is right here, but it was, you know, kind of, it was a little bit beyond dusk. It was pretty dark out, and you had to play the map in a certain way because it was dark, because it was hard to see enemies, and because it kind of slowed things down. Well, they also had kind of like, I don't remember if it was a DLC map or what it was for. I know it was a free add-on, maybe it was a pre-order bonus, I don't remember, but there was also Macon Day, where it was the exact same map. It's just that it was played during the daytime, and the map played completely different. There were areas you didn't go to in the day that you used to go to at night because you couldn't be as stealthy. There were areas where you could feel safer going through during the day rather than at night because you could actually see what was going on. Like, it was kind of cool that it was the same map, it was the same layout, it was the same everything. It's just the lighting in the map was changed a little bit. And I think that's kind of fun. Like, it's nice to have that sort of variation in terms of the time of day or the weather or things like that. Now, we are obviously seeing this in Battlefield 1. If you guys have played the beta, the Sinai Desert map, sometimes when you're playing on that map, it doesn't even happen every match. There's a giant dust storm that rolls through. And I think this is really cool. To me, it's also kind of a little bit gimmicky sometimes. I think over time that's going to be a little bit old, and it's just going to be a little bit annoying when, like, it completely messes with your plans on where your plan of attack is and that sort of thing. I guess it kind of mixes up the gameplay and keeps it fresh, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, having something completely out of your control can be a little bit frustrating at times. And I think Battlefield, they also have another map where the rain downpour comes in and stuff like that. So that stuff's cool. I'm excited to check it out in Battlefield 1. But I'm talking like any sort of change, any sort of time of day change, any sort of lighting change or anything like that. What happened to stuff like that? Like, we had downpour back in Call of Duty 4 where it was raining. We haven't had anything like that, I feel like, in a very long time in Call of Duty. And could we get it in Infinite Warfare? We'll have to wait and see. I know on the single player side of things, there's one campaign mission they've talked about where you stand on an asteroid and it's obviously spinning, and so part of your asteroid goes away from the sun and it becomes nighttime and it's super cold out, and that's when you can move around, because when your part of the asteroid is facing the sun, it's like 300 degrees and you'd instantly melt if you were outside. So that sort of stuff is going to be apparent in the campaign. But are we going to see varying stuff for multiplayer this year in Infinite Warfare? I think that'd be kind of cool, at least on like a time of day level. I think it'd be pretty cool. I kind of miss Macon and Macon Day in World at War. So anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about Combine at night. Would you guys like this as a multiplayer map? Like I said, I think it'd be a little bit too much for multiplayer, but Mike Myers, this thing would be terrifying. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.